What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we're back for another Deepwoken breakdown specifically about Wither. Wither is one of those statuses in the game that requires your entire build to fully maximize its effectiveness, but at times it can be totally useless. Unlike other setups, if all you want to do is Wither, it's going to change up your weapon, your chosen armor, and even your attunement of choice, so it's big. Anyway, with the new buffs coming to the Wither status itself and the new revamped Wither blade, let's decide and see if Wither is even worth using. For starters, Wither as an entire status concept is powerful in theory, but when executed in-game, it doesn't really reach the hypothetical peak that everybody thought it would. By applying Wither to a target, you reduce their maximum HP pool, and that is pretty nice if they heal up to that point. If they do end up healing to max HP, but that HP is reduced, you have successfully done something with Wither, and that's about it. All of this stack building must occur in combat or away from a campfire, or it's gonna slowly fade. So when does this realistically happen, and why would I not just want to deal more damage? To contrast this status, let's talk about anti-heal, healing reduction with tools like the Ring of Pestilence, or even straight up negation with all the dead gods, skip all the nonsense tied to the Wither status, and lower the immediate healing of anything. Instead of waiting for players to get withered, heal to their new max HP, and then get the debuff, it just doesn't let them heal as much as they want to, and that's better. The investment cost is much less with a single item or talent synergy if you want a ball, but it really is just less. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. Anti-heal will always be a better option than Wither, since the amount of healing in this game is actually quite low. Now let's see what changed to Wither to see if it's even worth picking. First off, the damage calculation of Wither now accounts for multipliers and reduction. Before this, Wither damage, although low, bypassed all modifiers and resistance, essentially being applied as true damage. It was weird and not that great, but now we should see Wither function as any other damage in the game does, and that's good. So let's talk about how we can apply Wither and if it's been buffed at all. If used offensively, we can actually slap on the status in a few different ways. Starting with the weapon, the Deep Spindle deals about 25% of its current damage as Wither alongside the Darkened Bastion. This is doing nothing, it's like 6 Wither per hit give or take, but you could probably add it together with other Wither tools. Even the Spectral Grasp deals about 10 Wither on both of its critical hits, which isn't even that bad. By itself, yeah, it's gonna be weak, but this critical is so spammy and hits a lot in combat that it might not be that terrible after the buff. Let's move on to some talents. Surprisingly, with a single proc of Flame Emperor, a talent that does really bad damage, we can slap on a total of 25 Wither give or take. This is actually kinda decent with the amount that we provide, but seriously, good luck hitting this in combat, and if your build isn't min-max for Wither, this is absolutely ineffective in all combat. Now, moving forward, let's talk about the Unbright Wither Blade. The Unbright Wither Blade, the tool all about dealing Wither, has increased in damage and in turn got its own Wither application buffed as well. So the M1 attacks for this weapon normally deal about 53% of its damage in Wither, which can range from 12 to 14 HP. The critical for this weapon will always deal a set amount of Wither, 20 with the first hit and 40 with the second, which is pretty sizable to say the least. And to further boost our M1 Wither, we can try on the Darkened Bastion with this that received a buff, and realistically, it's pretty small. Withering Soul states it buffs up how much it deals with specific weapons, and it's shown here, so instead of the 53% of our damage in Wither with the Wither Blade, we deal about 65% or 15 damage in Wither. Considering this is the peak of our Wither potential on a weapon, I'm still not very impressed. In ganks, this weapon does have its use to reduce overall healing, but with so much investment, I really don't see the impact of this status in 1v1 fights or against players that can't even heal that much with large groups. The weapon itself, sure, it's good and it's been buffed even further, but I see so much more impact from the anti-heal on the critical and the damage it deals instead of the Wither at all. Players can still maintain their HP in combat, and it's just not something I really like to see. Much of the community, including myself, wants to see build investments actually work in combat instead of something that might work or have a chance to work. Anyway, that's the stats being shown, but it's up to you to decide if Wither and the revamped Wither Blade are even worth it. Thank you so much to all my loyal fans and members who support my channel directly, and if you like what I do, feel free to join up down below for even more content. If you want to contact me directly and have all the updates for all of my videos, join my Discord down below. Finally, if you want to play with my guild, the Apothecary, that server is going to be linked too. do. As always, thank you again, and make sure to like and subscribe. I'm shooting for 110k subs, and let's hit that goal since we're close. Have a good one. It's punching time.